Hello, and welcome to the weekly weather. We are in Thanksgiving week, and my name is Jennifer Barish with Astro College and Magical Life Astrology. I will be your cosmic guide this week. Thanksgiving week, November 25th through December 1st. So we start off the week. Today is Monday, and we really have 3 moons to watch this week. This morning, the moon went into Libra. Over the weekend, it was in Virgo, a worker bee, helping vibe over the weekend. And in Libra, things get a little more pleasant. We want to make it pretty. You might be wanting to decorate for the holidays, or if you celebrate Thanksgiving in the U.S., going to get your turkey and thinking about your gathering and looking forward to socializing. You might be visiting with your neighbors more, or more willing to get into group activities really over Monday and Tuesday when that moon is in Libra. The last aspect of that moon is a sextile to Mercury, and all that means is that good flowing cerebral energy, good thinking ability, however we need it, because we got to talk about Mercury retrograde, but that's coming up in a minute. But let's move on to Wednesday evening around 8:30. That moon is going to move into Scorpio, and you're going to notice a shift. When the moon moves into Scorpio, things get a little more tense. You're thinking a little deeper. It can make you a little more anxious. And now Scorpio is a water sign, but when I say tense, it's because you're more focused. So your focus, you are going to be laser focused on something Thursday and Friday, so that comes into Thanksgiving, maybe wanting to dig into family issues or conversations a little bit more, hopefully a little reparative. So, since COVID and our political climate, we really have been a little separate in our viewpoints and polarized, and everything has to be this way or this way, and there's no middle ground. And I think this Thanksgiving, we're going to get the opportunity to merge a little bit more. Mercury retrograde is making us rethink some things, which we have more to say about that, but look up that Scorpio energy, because that's going to be the vibe on Thursday and Friday. And then over the weekend, the third moon for you to watch is when that moon moves into Sagittarius. Scorpio is completing the moon phases, the moon cycle, and we start a new moon coming through on the 30th and the 1st in Sagittarius, a fire moon, hopefully firing you up and helping you to get some extra energy, giving you a little boost, even though it might be more internal, thinking about how you want to rework and revision some things. So that is the moons for the week. And so we start off on Monday. Mercury has moved into retrograde. Now don't panic when you hear this. Mercury goes retrograde 3 times, sometimes 4 times a year. So Mercury is in retrograde quite a bit, so we can't just stop. It just means pay extra attention, right? There might be some communication problems. There might be some confusion. There might be something it didn't get from point A to point B, and that can also be in traveling and transportation. So have extra patience. Just know there might be some delays. So where I live, that comes through as construction. There's a lot of road work on the road that connects my subdivision to the rest of our town. And I have really had to be patient, because I get out there and road rage comes over me, and I'm like, why won't this traffic move? Why are there construction cones everywhere? Why are they directing the traffic? So what I need to do is build in a little bit of extra time so that I am prepared for the delays. That is my advice for Mercury retrograde season. So for 21 days, starting here November 25th, it runs through December 15th, you're just going to experience some delays. So for instance, if you've ordered some Christmas presents, you get gifts for people, shipping delays, Amazon is not delivering that package on time, so you've got to anticipate that there could be some problems. However, things will open up a bit after the 15th, so you'll still have some time before the end of the year. Okay, so Mercury goes retrograde. Keywords I want you to think about. Reform. You may be reforming something, reworking, redoing, remodeling. Maybe you're thinking of a remodel if you're off some during this holiday season, you're off work. Revising, resetting, refine. Where do you need to cleanse and purify? But some other words that maybe we haven't thought about. Notice I keep mentioning RE words, like do it again type of words, because that's what Mercury retrograde asks us to do, is to redo something. So reinvest. Maybe you need to reinvest some time, money, or energy into something. Rehome. Maybe you need to work on your home space. Maybe you have... my kids always had pets, and you have that hamster or gerbil or like us, a chinchilla, and things are just not working out, and maybe you need to rehome that little guy and find him a new family for the holidays. Reteach. Can you reteach an old dog new tricks? Maybe it's time. So think about in what ways you might have to reteach somebody something that they should know better. It's like, so I teach at community college, and sometimes my students, they should know how to do something. They should know how to format their paper, but I have to reteach them. So consider the ways that you reteach people. Rebuilding. You might need to rebuild something that's fallen apart, possibly a relationship, thinking about holidays and people being together, families and friends. Recreate. How do you need to recreate yourself in this revision process? Your response. How do you respond to people? That's an RE word. Maybe you need to cultivate a better way to respond. You know, as we come to the end of the year, it's also like feeling like the end of a cycle. And in some ways we are, because after Mercury retrograde, in fact, we're going into a Mars retrograde that we're going to focus on next week. So now our mental processes are a little, or our communication, all things cerebral. That's what Mercury represents in Mercury retrograde. So we're thinking about things that need to stop and be revised and redone. Well, when Mars goes retrograde, which starts on December 5th, we're not there yet, but Mars is going to be actually hitting the brakes and saying, wait, not only do you need to think about this revision, you need to actually do the work. So we use these keywords now to think about, where do we need to remodel? Where do we need to revise? Where do we need to redo? Where do we need a reset? Maybe it's just taking a break and starting over again. And that Mars retrograde is going to help you do that. So Mercury retrograde is the big story of the week. You know, it's not the end of the world. 3 weeks. It happens 3 times a year. It won't stop you from doing things. Just pay attention. Build in some extra time. Be patient. If you've got contracts you're filling out or that you're signing, you know, read them 3 times and make sure you're really clear on what's happening in there, because confusion can be a part of the Mercury retrograde. Okay, so that's the first thing this week. Second thing that I want you to watch for this week is midweek. On Wednesday the 27th, we have the Sun and Mars making a positive aspect. So the Sun is in Sagittarius and Mars is in Leo. 2 fire signs. That positivity together brings lots of energy. So it's going to be a little boost, a little lift when people feel a little more energetic and a little excited, which is great going into the holiday weekend. You know, maybe you're actually happy to see your family and friends. Maybe you have a Friendsgiving on Wednesday or maybe on Friday after the holiday. You're going to feel this aspect for probably Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday into the end of the week. It's a really good uplifting. The Sun is shining a light on Mars and saying, okay, it's time to get it done. And it really is important. The Sun is given an extra little lift before Mars goes into that retrograde mode to say, it's time to get your stuff done, whatever that is. So use that energy wisely while you've got that extra little boost, that little chi, that little just vivaciousness and verve coming out. You want to make sure that you use it to get things done while you can get them done. So that's happening midweek. And then the third important thing this week that's coming up is that new moon that happens. It's going to be on the West Coast, actually on the 30th, late in the evening, around 10 or 11 o'clock. I forget the exact time. But then on the East Coast here, where I am, Eastern time in the U.S., it's going to actually happen on Sunday, December 1st. So you'll be asleep when we fall into the new moon, but it's the beginning of a new cycle. So when you wake up on Sunday morning, you may be thinking about, I have a lot of projects out there. I have a lot of irons in the fire, because Sagittarius has a lot of interest, and maybe you need to start distilling that into maybe 3 things instead of 6 things, right? So Sagittarius lends this little scattered quality, and when Mercury is in Sagittarius, things are kind of scattered. Now that moon is going to be in Sagittarius, that's our emotional body. Maybe emotionally you're feeling a little scattered, a little torn. It invites us to think about what we believe and why we believe what we believe, and how might we change our beliefs. How might we be encouraged through new information, and not necessarily change, but to be open to different beliefs, different cultures, different thought processes. That new moon is bringing in more of an openness, a whole month worth, a whole cycle of that new moon through the full moon later in the month, which will be in Gemini, and then until we get into the end of December, when we start into Capricorn season, that next new moon. So we'll have a whole 30-day cycle here where we're going to be really looking at why we believe what we believe, and how do we be open to other belief systems. So I feel like this whole week is kind of a setup from that Libra moon asking us to gather and connect, and that extra energy we have with the Sun and Mars saying, yeah, let's do that. Let's go for it. Let's have a Friendsgiving and get together. And then we come up on this beautiful new moon cycle that asks us to focus our attention just a little bit and kind of quit this scatteredness. Even though Sagittarius, it lights us up with all the many ways that we can do things, and all the thoughts, and lots of excitement and just zest for life. Sagittarius is very positive and optimistic. So this is all good stuff. It's not bad. It's great. It is blessed by Jupiter, and Jupiter through Sagittarius, who rules Sagittarius, is coming in and saying, let's make some choices about things, what directions we want to move in as we start in through this end of the year, and we're contemplating 2025. And then as we move forward, how can we be open to other ways of doing things? Because there's more than one way. There's more than my way, and there's more than your way. So how can we work together? So those are 3 things to watch for this week. Now let's talk about the horoscopes. So I need to move my camera and get into my notes here for each sign. So first we're going to start with Aries. Aries, this Mercury retrograde and your new moon is happening in a place of adventure for you. This new moon lights up your house of travel, of higher learning, philosophy, and belief systems. Aries, it's an excellent time to plan a trip, enroll in a new course, or do something different, expanding your horizons like I'm talking about with this new moon. You are the front runner. Aries always gets started first, so you're the first one to say, hey, I can try a new way. I can do a little bit different. Let me show you how. Taurus, this week, this new moon and Mercury retrograde is happening in a place of deep transformation for you. And this has to do with intimate connections with other people and places where you share things with other people. So something is changing, evolving. It's time to get for real with those people. It's time to set intentions around healing wounds and deepening trust and connections with those people, resolving problems that may have come up. Really heart-to-heart kind of vibes are coming through with Mercury retrograde this Thanksgiving week and into the new moon season for you. So I want you to think about where you need to really speak your truth and have that heart-to-heart with someone. Then we've got Gemini. Gemini, relationships are going to be very important for you. This new moon is starting a new partnership, or you are renewing an old one. Sometimes an old partnership, someone, maybe an ex, comes to light for you, Gemini. Someone from a blast from the past could be coming through. So you need to look at setting intentions to find balance within these relationships, harmony, and ways that you can both mutually grow, even if you're just together for a time. So almost like at New Year's, that Old Lang Syne song where they come and have a memory about the past and they're together and they just visit for a little bit and then go their separate ways. That's what I'm envisioning for you, Gemini, this week. You're revisiting some relationship situations that you've had in your past, and maybe you're just thinking about things, and that's okay. And, you're going to find some peace with that. It's on your mind, and you're going to things are going to start to resolve. You're going to be more open-minded and able to just say, okay, it is what it is. And you're together for a second with that feeling, and then you're going to be just moving on. All right, Cancer friends. Cancer, your health and well-being and routines are up for review. That's what the new moon is saying. You need to establish healthier habits. Are you taking me time, Cancer? Because you're always worried about everybody else. So I encourage you looking for ways to do self-care and changing your schedule to have break time, to improve productivity, but ways that you can cultivate better wellness for yourself. So wellness is a key word for you this week, Cancer. Leo, this is a week for creativity and romance and children having fun. So all fun and games, looking for fun little activities and projects, or possibly a new hobby. This energy supports joyful, heart-centered beginnings, leading with your heart, Leo, and just being you, just shining the way you shine. During Sagittarius season, you are feeling good, you're feeling energetic and lit up, and the choices that you made, I want you to just settle in that and be okay with that and just have fun. Find something that makes you feel good and brings you joy during this Thanksgiving week. Next, we have Virgo. Virgo, this week you're going to be concerned about home and family. Family is going to take precedence for you, creating a little security nest, a safe little space to deepen family bonds or to reconnect emotionally, ways that you feel rooted and grounded. So however that comes through for you, I just want you to pay attention to your nest, to your home, possibly your ancestry, but really it's family themes. So I think this is a really good time to reconnect with family for you this new moon, Virgo. After that, we have Libra, this is going to be a communication time for you. So you're going to be feeling very social, chatty, communicative, visiting with neighbors, with siblings. It is a good time to articulate your ideas and talk about, even if you don't act on it yet, but starting to get a sense through talking with other people, they can be a mirror for you. And you'll get, Libra, a chance to kind of go back and forth and have a sounding board. So be confident in sharing those feelings, those ideas, those thoughts, and be social. It is a good season for you. Sagittarius, it's your time to shine. This new moon is like birthday month for you. Ta-da! This is your birthday reset, a time to really think about what ways you want to refresh yourself. Cleanses, maybe getting a new haircut, maybe a new wardrobe. How do you want to be seen out in the world, Sagittarius? It's really a time for a personal reset, setting intentions for self-growth, new beginnings. Maybe you're starting a brand new venture. You are brimming with optimism. So I ask you to just embrace this growth, redefining your path, and just go for it, Sag. You've got all the energy behind you. Feel good. It is your brand new year, your birthday month, and your time to shine. Capricorn, this is going to be a week and a new moon cycle where you're going to hermit a little bit. It is a time to go inward, reflecting on ways that you need to kind of downshift. I'm thinking about a 5-speed here, driving a 5-speed. We are shifting gears. We are going more internal. It's a more internal time, and it's a time where you're going to be thinking about how you want to build next. You're not actually doing the building, you're just planning. But before you do that, you need to rest. You need some time alone. You need to just cocoon yourself in the house for a little bit. I'm seeing you in a fuzzy blanket watching Netflix. Do some meditation, do some yoga, making room for some new, fresh ideas to come in, making a way for clarity. Okay, so reflection and spiritual themes are key words for you during this week and really this whole new moon cycle. Like, how can you go inward before you're ready to go outward on your birthday month? And I will say, the month before your birthday in medical astrology is a time when you could be prone to illness. So Capricorns, you want to watch your health, you want to build your immunity, take your vitamins. You know, you may be feeling a little low. So take the time that you need to take care of yourself. It's really important for you. Okay, next we have Aquarius. Aquarius, this week for Mercury retrograde and this new moon cycle, your dreams and social connections are highlighted. It's a great time to network, to join a group, to realign your goals with your higher aspirations. What do you really want in this life, Aquarius? It is time to surround yourself with like-minded people who inspire your visions for the future. Be inspired. You know, you are resetting, redoing, rethinking those plans, Aquarius. So you may be all in your head this week, and that is okay. But take time to go out and make a new friend, to go and spend some time in community, to go and have a Friendsgiving. You know, even if you don't call it that, Aquarius, it is going to feel very refreshing to you to make those social connections. So I want you to make that a priority this week. Next we have Pisces. Last but not least, Pisces, this is a week where you are going to be thinking about your career and your public image. Now, you may not feel like working if you're here in the U.S. because we are on kind of a downtime week, but you're thinking about how you're being seen in the world. How do you shine in the world? This Sagittarius new moon is encouraging you to set new goals for your professional life. So maybe you've been thinking about going back to school. Maybe you need some special training. Maybe you've been thinking about trying out for a new job within your current employer. I'm telling you, go rewrite your resume. Go get your cover letter ready. Go get your portfolio together. It is going to be time soon for you to really take on this dream toward leadership, toward starting a new project, or redefining how you want to be seen in your professional world. So those thoughts you're having about work, Pisces, you may feel like this is not the right time. It is exactly the right time for you. You're going to be ready to make a move soon. You may be already making a move. Maybe you got offered a new position and you're trying to decide, do I take it or do I stay put? No, you want to take that job. It's going to be good for you. You need that uplift. You are ready to be seen different in the world. You're ready to walk different in the world. So Pisces, that is your new moon horoscope, and we are through all 12 signs, friends. So I say thank you. Please like and subscribe to Astro College. Help us to grow the channel. We would be so grateful. And go and sign up for our newsletter at astrocollege.org, and you'll see all the cool astrology classes. The spring semester starts in January. We would love to have you in astrology courses, getting started, really learning the art and craft of being an astrologer and the science. So come and check us out. And I'll just say happy Thanksgiving, happy last week of November 2024, and happy new moon. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Bye, friends.